wanted joint custody. I want to be able to actually be the mom. I don't want no child support.
Do you live by yourself or does someone else live there?
I live with my spouse. Me and my spouse apartment.
You're legally married?
No, ma'am.
I have a proposed order, and the terms of my proposed order are as follows.
1 second. How much time will you need?
15 minutes, maybe.
15 it is, and you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. My proposed terms are as follows. A temporary order in the case to be referred to district court. A mutual finding of family violence and non-disclosure for both parties. Mr. Okito, the custodial parent, to be appointed temporary sole managing conservatorship with the exclusive right to designate primary residence with no geographic restriction. Standard possession order with exchanges to take place at the custodial parent's grandmother's house to be in the address will be on the order. Child support will be 0. Mr. Okito will carry the health and dental insurance, no medical support, retro and court costs reserved for final hearing. And that's the extent of my proposed order. I will call the non-custodial parent, Ms. Scott, first on the issue of paternity questions. Ma'am, are you the mother of the child?
Yes, sir.
And who is the father of this child?
Jalen Okito.
And have you ever been married either to Mr. Okito or to anybody else?
No.
Could anybody else be the father of this child?
No.
And how old is the child?
1 year old.
I'll pass the witness and I'll call Mr. Okito. Sir, do you admit or acknowledge that you're the father of this child?
Yes, sir.
And how do you know?
I got my own DNA test.
And it showed positive, correct?
Yes, sir. It was nice. It was positive. And I was the only one with her.
Now, when does the child turn 2, sir?
May 21st.
And the child currently lives with you, correct?
Yes, sir.
How old were they when they started living with you?
She was 2 months.
Has there ever been any incidents of family violence between you and Miss Scott?
Before Brooklyn was conceived, yes, sir. And
okay. So hold on, wait for a question. So you said before Brooklyn was conceived. So is there a particular incident in mind that you have?
With my
when did it happen? Approximately what month and year, if you know?
2021
and
or 2022, I think.
What happened specifically?
She came. Lexi came to my house, and you know, she was keeping up noise. She was distraught, and you know, she fought my little sister at the time.
Has Miss Scott ever hit you?
A few times, yes, sir.
When was the most recent incident?
When I had to remove her from my house when she was living with us at the time, which was in October.
October of what year?
2024.
So she was living with y'all as recently as October of 2024?
Yes, sir.
How long had she been living with y'all?
Since Brooklyn was 2 months, so.
It was 3 months.
Hold on, Miss Scott. So, Mr. Okito, there's an incident in October of 2024. I think you said you had to remove her from the house. Was Miss Scott hitting you?
Yes, sir.
Did she initiate? Was she the aggressor?
Yes, sir.
And you grabbed her and removed her from the house?
Yes, sir.
Did you hit her?
No, sir.
Did she damage any of your property?
No, sir.
Were the cops called?
That day, no, sir.
Have you ever had to get a protective or restraining order against her?
No, sir.
So you said the cops weren't called that day. Have there been other incidents when they were called?
In August, that would be 2023 when it had happened. So in August of 2023, yes, sir.
And what happened at that incident? Was she hitting you or were you hitting her?
2020. No, that was the day she had came to my house. I think it was 2022 because Brooklyn was born in 2023.
She came to your house, what, uninvited or?
It was uninvited. It was around like 1 or 2 in the morning.
Was there an altercation?
Yeah, that's when she had fought my sister.
Okay.
Well,
and
my
the
sister
cops
had
were called?
each other. Yes, sir.
What did the cops do when they got there?
Obviously asked about what happened and stuff, and they had asked if we want to press charges and things of that nature. I wasn't pressing charges, no, sir.
Was anybody arrested?
No, sir.
Have you ever pushed or hit Miss Scott?
Yes, sir.
Where you were the aggressor?
No, sir.
So you're saying always in self-defense?
Yes, sir.
Are you in agreement to be appointed the sole managing conservator of the child?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Are you okay with the standard possession order where exchanges would take place at your grandmother's home?
Yes, sir.
1 second, Ms. Scott, keep your face in the screen. And I have a question of you, sir. So Since the child has been born, you and the mom and the baby live together as a family unit?
No, ma'am.
You have never lived in the same house together?
No, so before the baby was conceived, we did live in an apartment together. I ended up leaving back to my granny house, and that's why situations happened with we was never together, like as in we was messing around with each other.
Listen to my question. Didn't you just
No,
was
she lived
in October and you had to put her out?
Yeah, she lived with my mother because we had took her from not took her, but she was in a bad situation and I didn't want to be with her. So my daughter lived with me and I live with my grandmother right now. So I had her live with my mother. And she was at the house, my granny house.
So you mean Miss Scott lived with your mom?
Yes, ma'am.
So let me make sure, and correct me if I have this incorrect.
I got you.
You have had the baby living with you without the mother since what age of the child?
October
No.
2023. So
what age was the baby?
I'm trying to calculate it because October 2023, May, June, July, August. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. She was like 7 months.
So the baby has lived with you since 7-month-old in a residence, just you and the baby and mom not there.
Yes, ma'am.
To present.
Yes, ma'am. To present. Yes, ma'am.
And the baby right now is again how old?
1.
And so Miss Scott, you're saying, was living with your mom and disturbance occurred over there, and you're saying that you put Miss Scott out of your mom's house.
So the disturbance had occurred at my grandmother's house. It was a buildup of the reason why we had her over there is because we wanted her to get on her feet. Me personally, because obviously we're not together, but she is my baby mother's child. So we was trying to help her get on her feet, and it was for a minute that happened. I told you since Brooklyn was 2 months, so that was like in July, and then October come.
So I want to ask my questions. I don't want you to tell me everything that has happened. So how did it come about that you would get to keep the baby and the baby's not with Miss Scott?
The fact that when I had put her out because she wasn't trying to get on her feet and we had a situation where she was the aggressor, I had kept Brooklyn and she went on her way. She wasn't in a stable place. So she, obviously couldn't keep the baby if she's not in a stable home. She's bouncing from place to place. And that's why I just had her ever since. And we had mutual agreements on when she could get her, when she was stable, when she could see her, whenever point she was stable, things of that nature.
So has she not been working? What was the instability of Miss Scott?
She can't keep a job and can't keep a place to stay. Right now, she's okay, but just as for a whole in general, she can't,
So how long, in your opinion, has she been okay?
Probably for about a month and a half right now, to my knowledge. I don't know everything, but to my knowledge, for about a month and a half.
All right, go ahead, counsel. So you're saying that you've never put your hands on her first. That's your testimony. She's always been the aggressor.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're requesting a family violence finding, you're requesting that you keep the baby, and you're requesting a non-disclosure finding, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, move on, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Akita, are you requesting any child support today?
No, sir.
Now, how's the child currently covered for insurance?
Medicare or Medicaid.
Through you?
Through my great grandmother.
Okay. Do you have access to insurance through your employer?
Through my grandmother. Yes, sir, I do.
Okay. And are you in agreement to carry the child on your employer's health and dental insurance?
Yes, sir.
Are you requesting any sort of medical support from Ms. Scott?
No, sir.
If the judge were inclined to grant a final ruling today, are you going to be requesting any sort of retroactive support at all?
No, sir.
I'll pass the witness and call Ms. Scott. Ma'am, is it correct that there was an incident in October?
Yes, of October
Okay.
2024.
Yes. He says that he put you out. Is that correct?
Yes, he threw me out.
Or was he the aggressor?
No, I had texted him. It was October 31st. It started.
Okay.
Was that at his grandmother's house, his mother's house? Okay, so you were living over there with them, away from him and the baby. Is that correct?
Yes.
And some disturbance went on over there, and you're saying he was the aggressor and put you out of his relative's house?
Yes, ma'am.
Was the police called?
No.
Has the police ever been called for any family violence between you and him?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been granted restraining orders or protective orders against him or vice versa?
No, ma'am.
All right. Have you ever put your hands on him first?
Yes, it was a time just as well as he have, and I literally got beat.
Okay, thank you. You've admitted that. Thank you. Next question is, how did it come about that he got to keep the baby and the baby didn't come with you? That's my
when he beat me out the house, I asked for my baby back, but they did say once I have somewhere to go, they would give Brooklyn back.
You
So
froze on my end. I couldn't
yes,
hear you.
I've never got her back because honestly, yes, Jalen is right. Then I could not keep a job. I did not have my own roof. I was there. I did at first, but I was in an abusive relationship. So I called the grandmother to take my child out of the environment, but they took me and her. So I end up staying with Jalen's mother, and
Okay.
Jalen stays
So
with his
part of it
grandma.
is, Miss Scott, you keep calling his family, his mom and his grandma to help you,
It was
right?
it was one, ma'am.
Isn't that how they're getting involved? You're calling his mom and his grandmother to assist with the child, and you've lived with them, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
But that's not how you're like. I ended up just start like living with them. I originally did not call to stay with them. It was to bring my baby out of the
At the end of the day, you stayed with them. They were helping you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So bottom line, you used his people to help you and the baby, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you've been out on your own how long?
Are you talking about from when I was staying with them?
Right now. How long have you been in your own spot?
I've been here for 3 months.
Do you live by yourself, or does someone else live there?
I live with my spouse. Me and my spouse apartment.
You're legally married?
No, ma'am. Just my boyfriend.
So make sure you're telling me the truth. So it's your boyfriend. Is this the boyfriend that you were having issues with before with the abuse?
No, ma'am.
This is a new boyfriend. So just you and him live there?
Yes.
Do you work?
Yes.
Where do you work?
Whataburger.
How long have you worked there?
For 3 months.
And what did you do before Whataburger?
I didn't have a job.
How long you did not have a job?
I didn't have a job for about going on like 4 months.
Why?
Transportation, no car, my living arrangements, things like that. I basically.
You have a car now?
Yes.
Your car or boyfriend's car?
My car.
Okay. And prior to the 4 months that you were not working, where did you work prior to that?
The only thing I can really get is like a Whataburger, I worked at Whataburger, that's the main thing, and I worked at a dietary, Lancaster Rehab Center. I worked there also. And I worked there for about 3 months.
Okay. Are you a Dallas County resident?
Ma'am.
Do you live in Dallas County?
Yes, ma'am.
I got a free jobs program to assist you. So if you don't have a GED, they'll help you get one. If you don't have your high school, they'll help you to get a better job. I'm gonna put you in that program because I want you to be able to take care of you, your obligations, and the baby. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Your initial meeting will be with them today. They're gonna put you in the breakout room with Miss Teresa Johnson, okay? All right.
Yes, ma'am.
So what are you requesting today?
I wanted joint custody. I want to be able to actually be the mom. I don't want no child support. Jalen know me. No, I'm not the mother that don't want to be a mom. I have things I have to personally work on to be a mom. I'm literally planning on going to counseling. I have to go to counsel. Mental health is what I have to get better on to be a mother.
Well, it's good that you're acknowledging that. So I have a question for you. Since you said you got some other things to work on, you don't think it's in the child's best interest to stay in the most stable home at this point and just visit the child instead of just uprooting the stability of the child? Because that's part of being a mom and dad too, is to make the best decision for the child, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So would it not be in the best decision of the baby to stay in the stable environment and you continue to work on you and then just have visits?
I'm scared that she get older, she just like I don't love her, or why she wasn't here. I don't want her taking my whole. I don't want that. Right now, I understand that I do need that. But like, say 5 or 4 years from now, and I got a career, I have everything. I want to be able to come to my baby father and work it out and say, "Can I have my baby too? Can I? I don't want this toxic."
I understand. I hear you.
Can you
want to be a
clearly?
part? Wait, sir. She wants to be a part of the baby's life. She's admitted she got some things to work on. She understands that. That's part of being a parent. She's admitting that she's not perfect. None of us are perfect. She got some things to work on. Counsel for the state, you're asking that the case be referred up. Why?
Well, because Miss Scott was requesting primary custody, and on a contested custody issue, I figured district court might be the best venue for that. But I suspect that you might have already made your decision.
So let me tell you what I'm going to do. 1, I am going to find mutual family violence and a mutual non-disclosure finding. That means I cannot have joint managing conservatorship because the law will not when I find family violence. Sole managing conservatorship is going to go to dad at this time. He will decide where the baby lives. Possessory is the mom. However, mom, you're going to have visitation. You're going to have standard visitation. Every other weekend, Friday at 6 to Sunday at 6, every other weekend, rotating holidays, having time for spring vacation, summer vacation, okay? Now, the exchange location, that's your drop off and pick up. You're not to go to each other's house. Now, as being a mom, you're supposed to protect her from everyone. So that means boyfriend, girlfriend, anybody else. Because if not, she's going to tell that other parent, and she should. And then there's going to be a consequence for you and whoever that significant other is. Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
This temporary custody decision is centered on one thing above all else: stability for a very young child. The court made it clear that while both parents have a history of conflict, the baby's current living situation and daily consistency carried the most weight. Right now, because of the family violence findings, the judge could not legally order joint custody, which shaped the outcome in a major way. At the same time, the court also focused on the mother's future, encouraging job support, counseling, and personal stability so she can build a stronger role in her child's life over time. Temporary orders are about the present, but long-term custody decisions can evolve as circumstances change. If you want to keep following real courtroom outcomes and see how cases like this develop, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next update.
So you did raise him since he was a baby, correct?
Correct, but he's not my biological son, and you know this.
Do you each solemnly swear that any testimony you give today will be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. You can both lower your hands. And counsel for the Attorney General's office.
Julie Damani for the Attorney General.
And I guess, Ms. Lewis, I'll let you proceed since it's your pleading. I've read it and I understand there's no agreement on it.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And
Your Honor, before we begin, I did have exhibits 1 and 2, which was just the same thing as attached to the motion. I didn't know if it would be okay to publish it through share screen, or I believe Ms. Damani told me that you have another way that you like for them to be published. Or
Ms. Damani, just so you know, usually if an attorney has exhibits, the way my other offices handle it is they just ask for the link to be sent before the hearing begins, and then they just put it in for them. Because as you well know, it was very hard to set up. A lot of AGs are struggling with it. So I don't expect someone who's not familiar with Case Center to necessarily use it in a timely manner. I find it usually takes a long time during the hearings. So I don't know if you have access, Ms. Damani. I guess we can pause the hearing and create one of those now, if that's how y'all want to do it.
Your Honor, if I may, they're attached to the motion. I don't know if that makes any difference. It looks to me like they're the same as what's already attached.
And that's correct, Your Honor. So, I mean, if the court would, I could ask the court to take judicial notice of it.
I can do that. I take judicial notice of the affidavit and his exhibit 2. Does anyone, I take judicial notice of the affidavit and the time card details that are attached to the plea.
Okay. Thank you. May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may proceed.
Mr. Correa, can you please state your full name for the court?
Francisco Correa Barriga,
And where do you currently reside?
1507 Stone Mesa Drive, Houston, Texas 77073.
How long have you lived there?
For like a year and 6 months.
And were you living at 1507 Stone Mesa Drive on March 26, 2025?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And where do you work?
I work for Admiral Glass Company.
What are your normal work hours?
My normal work hours are from 5 in the morning to about 5 in the afternoon.
And on March 26, 2025, what time did you report to work?
I was already on the clock and at work at 5 a.m.
And you have provided documentation via your time card for that week. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And does that time card reflect you clocking in for work at 5 a.m. on
Yes.
March 26, 2025?
Yes, ma'am, and being out at 5 p.m.
Okay, and have you seen the documentation? Well, let me ask you this. Were you at your home? Was it possible for you to be at your home at 7:02 a.m. on March 26, 2025?
No, ma'am, I was already at work since 5 a.m.
So if a return of service states that you were served on March 26, 2025 at 7:02 a.m. At your residence, would that be accurate?
No, ma'am, I was already at work.
Okay, have you ever personally been served with any court documents in this case?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Were you served with any documents on March 26, 2025?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever seen a citation or petition for this lawsuit prior to June 16, 2025?
No, ma'am. That is the
Okay,
day that I saw it on my emails.
And how many people live at your residence at 1507 Stone Mesa?
There's various family members, male and female, living there.
And are you aware if anyone at that residence may have mistakenly been served and presented any documents to you of this lawsuit?
Not that I am aware of. No, ma'am.
How did you first learn that a default judgment had been entered against you in this case?
I was going through my emails and I just happened to see that I had an email from the courts, and that's when I clicked on it and saw the information that was sent to me.
And when you received that order via email, what did you do thereafter?
I immediately started looking for a lawyer to represent and see what action I needed to take to get this resolved.
Did you ever ignore any legal documents or intentionally fail to respond to this lawsuit?
No, ma'am.
And is it your position, had you have been properly served with citation in this petition, what would you have done?
The same thing that I did whenever I found out was immediately seek legal advice and get this resolved accordingly.
Were you trying to avoid participating in this case?
No, not at all.
Now let me ask, you've seen the default order that was signed in this case, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And of the children named in the default order, are you the biological father of all of those children?
No, ma'am. There's one of the children that I am not the biological father to.
And which child is that?
Aiden Jeremiah Correa.
Now, at the time that this child was born, you and the mother were married, correct?
Yes, we were married.
And you're still married, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so though you are the presumed father of this child, is it your testimony that you are not the biological father of this child?
Yes, and both me and Ms. Norma are aware of it.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but Ms. Correa is making noises. Also, even though you are at home or you're outside, you are in court. So please treat it like court. Please try to get to a stationary location where you can focus on court and not be moving around and not having side conversations during court.
Yes,
you all didn't reach an agreement, so it's real important that everyone hear what's being said. Obviously, you all care enough that you wanted a hearing, so you have to participate in the hearing fully. I require that. And then also, we generally take testimony in court. So if you are not the person being asked questions, please don't interrupt or answer or roll your eyes. Wait till it's your turn to be asked questions. If you don't have counsel, you will be given a chance to speak as well. And then, isn't that relevant for this, but I'm not with the Attorney General's office, so anything you've discussed with them or given to them beyond what's been done in court, I have no knowledge of, and I'm not supposed to have knowledge of, so just be aware of that as well. And you may continue, Ms. Lewis. And Ms. Freer, you're in a stationary spot now. You are focused and not having a side conversation. Perfect. Let's proceed, Ms. Lewis.
Thank you, Your Honor. Do you believe that it's appropriate for you to be ordered to pay child support for this child?
No, I'm not the biological father, no.
And what would you request the court to do regarding this child if this judgment is set aside?
I just get removed from the child support. That's what's fair.
And if the court does set aside this default judgment, what do you plan to do as it relates to the marriage?
We would want to file for divorce and do everything the correct way and get what's needed for the children done and do whatever we need to do to make everything right and get the proper documentation and everything done.
And would you have claims or requests that you would like to make regarding your property and children or marriage if you had the opportunity to present it?
Yes.
Okay. And no further questions for this witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Damani, do you have any questions for Mr. Correa?
Just one question.
Okay.
Mr. Correa, looking at the time card details attached to the motion to set aside default judgment, it does not have your name on it. Where did you obtain a copy of that time card detail?
We have an app on the phone where we clock in and out, and you have to click by name to show you the correct details.
And so how can the court be sure that was your time card?
I'm not sure if I can log into it and you see me click my name and it shows the time card. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up right now if there's a different way of showing the name or anything. Give me 1 second. Yes, my name should be at the very top of the time card.
So are you doing this on your computer or on the device, the same device that you're using Zoom on?
No, I'm using another device.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can't screen share it, but I can send it to my attorney and then she can send it to you guys. But it does have my name at the very top. It says Correa Francisco Barriga.
If the court would allow it.
I will allow that.
I just have to click back to the date. Give me 1 second.
If you're able to do it on this device, you could screen share what you're doing.
No, I have it on my work phone. Is the one that has the phone application. I don't know if y'all can see it on the screen here. It's Francisco Correa, and then you go to and then it shows all the dates and times.
Are you able to go a little closer to the camera? I'm not able to see it.
I'm gonna go back to the page where it shows my name, which will be here at the very top.
Oh,
sorry.
Ms. Damani, were you able to see that?
I'm still not able to see it. I don't know if judge is able to see it.
You're probably looking at the earnings summary. If you look at the blue section on top, it says his name.
Yes, and then I just go to the details for the week, and then it shows everything.
Yes, thank you. I have no further questions, Judge.
Ms. Correa, do you have any questions you would want Mr. Correa to answer?
Yes. So I thought this was court was about him not getting served, right? But they're bringing up about my son, and I just wanted to
your
show.
Questions aren't for me. Your questions are to Mr. Correa. Is this a question for Mr. Correa to answer?
Yes. So my question is this him in the photo with me in the hospital?
That is me, but that doesn't mean he's my biological son.
Hold on, one more question. Is this you with our son?
Yes, I'm not gonna neglect a kid, a good father, just because his father wouldn't step up to the plate. Correct.
So you did raise him since he was a baby, correct?
Correct, but he's not my biological son, and you know this.
And did you or did you not tell me that it was going to be your way, that he had no dad, you were the dad, we were married, and this was your son?
Objection as to relevant. Oh, sorry, relevance.
I'm going to sustain the objection. All I'm addressing today is whether or not I'm going to grant the new trial. So those issues will definitely be at some point addressed, assuming they pursue their claim. But I'm not ruling on that issue today. Do you have any questions regarding the new trial?
Nope, that's it.
Ms. Lewis, do you have any other witnesses you'd like to call?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Damani, do you have any witnesses you'd like to call?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
Ms. Correa, you do not have an attorney representing you. So if there's anything you'd like to say regarding the new trial, now is your chance to let me know any concerns you might have about it.
Only for the case that he says he did not get served, correct?
Yes.
No, I have no other questions. He makes up his own time card. So that's the only thing I have to say.
It's an app that you have to clock in on site.
Sure. Sir, right now no one has asked you any questions.
Apologize.
Does everybody rest? Does anybody anything further they wish to present?
I rest, Your Honor.
Ms. Damani?
Nothing further, Young.
Ms. Correa?
Nothing further.
I'm going to grant the new trial, and I'm going to reset the case to be heard. For anyone to file, consult lawyer. You may want to consult a lawyer, Ms. Correa, to file any necessary pleadings. If they do file a divorce, there's a good chance this will get consolidated with it and not be before me, but who knows? We'll reset it just in case, and then we'll see what's happening by the time that setting comes. July. What date would you like to use, Ms. Damani?
Judge, either September 30th or October 17th.
Will September 30th be enough time for everyone to prepare?
Yes, Judge.
No, not for me.
How much time do you need, ma'am?
I would like until October.
Judge, I would just like to let the court know that I am prep set in Harris County for a 3-day trial on the 16th, 17th, and 18th, I believe.
The 18th is a Saturday? Do you want to?
Okay, so then maybe it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Let me
so
see.
It's the 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Okay.
If we don't do that, we would be moved out to October 28th.
That would work, Judge.
So the AG's like, well, Ms. Damani, are you going to prepare the order?
Ms. Lewis, did you have an order?
I believe so. If I didn't file it, I can get it filed this morning. I apologize about that.
If you can send it to me, and then I can get it to Judge for signature.
Sure, will do.
Thank you.
Then everyone is free to go, and we'll see what's happening on October 28th.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.